the first slide of my speech, I make reference to the SU's Club of the Year trophy. I've forgotten to bring it. It's very on brand, I feel.
The SU's one of the ones who wanted the video.
So yes. So what started as an acceptance speech to collect our little trophy has turned into a monumental recap and celebration of our year. I will try to keep it as concise as I can. I nearly brought a ream of paper just to make a joke.
That would have been brilliant.
It just wasn't worth my arm muscles, was it?
Commit to the
Say that you do archery.
We do.
I thought it was track and field. Wait, we do archery?
825 days ago, the world changed forever. I'm not sure what else to say on that point, except it turned into a fucking shit heap. Over the last 2 years, no less than 3 archery committees have contended with the consequences of this godforsaken pandemic. And it's only right that we recognise their part in our success. Specifically, I would like to recognise the contributions of Christopher Pullen, Laura Sanders, Laura Brown and Dave Grundy, who all sat on our committee for 3 years. The pandemic deprived them of their opportunity to be thanked, and so now I'd like us to say thank you. We are incredibly grateful to them for paving the way for us to reopen the club in person and build back better, build back stronger, build back together. Our current committee has worked hard every single day to provide our current and future members with facilities and coaches that rival the best in the country. Indeed, James, our SU Club Development Coordinator person man, confirmed with us last week that our archery club is the top performing sports club at Huddersfield University.
Shit must the other ones be. We'll have to bleep that out now.
And according to the Bucks E-League, we can confidently say that we are the top performing university archery club in the north of England. This club is made of its members, and it wouldn't be what it is without every single one of you. To our strong alumni following, thank you for continuing to support our club after the end of your time at university. Your knowledge and experience, your etiquette and sportsmanship is what our new athletes learn from. You are our role models. Thank you for being good ones. To our novices and experienced archers, those that started archery for the first time this year or last year, congratulations on your success. Your joy is our joy. We celebrate and commend you. You have produced sets of results far better than any others in my tenure, and you have only yourselves to congratulate for that. You are the committees in tomorrow, and with such devoted archers at the helm, I am excited to see what the future holds. To my committee and coaches, the backbone of our activities, to teach others the skill that you love is a great and noble thing. You, my friends, are great and noble people. Elise, our membership officer, thank you for your efforts in learning Sport 80. Experience has shown it's not an easy task. Ollie, our equipment officer. Learning our equipment is a lengthy process. You have done excellent work so far, and I know that what you have coming is going to be superb. Eddie, our social events organiser. You have championed our sober and accessible socials this year, ensuring that no member is excluded from our team building events outside of the range. You are commended. Kezia, our Equalities, Welfare and Participation Officer. I can think of nobody better to advocate for the people of our club. You are as powerful an advocate as you are a counsellor. I have already shared my thoughts on your work with you privately. I can only ask that you keep up the good work next year. Owen, my long-suffering records officer. Although a better title might be Deputy Vice Captain. When I am ill-disposed, Owen steps in without thought to save the day. Be it help me distribute drinks at Rhubarb, or pay for tabs, or blow the whistle, or run a shoot, or be a part of the New World Competition Records team. He also manages our records without complaints, submitting our scores to the booked e-league, collating special challenges, updating the online Roll of Honour, handing out shiny badges. His jobs go on and on and on. Owen is verily a pillar of this club, whose contributions to our group cannot be measured in days alone. Thank you, Owen. Jake, my vice captain. Because of you, we laugh a little harder and a little more often. We cry a bit more and quite a lot. With you around, I'm frequently reminded of this quote. Friendship is being there when someone is low and not being afraid to kick them.
Can you please make that like a job reference?
In Jake, I have found a second self. Much more than a devil's advocate, Jake is one of the few officers who can issue a genuine challenge to my decisions and makes me think twice once I set my mind on something. To quote the great Mr. Patrick Starr, knowledge cannot replace friendship. I'd rather be an idiot than lose you.
Aww. Are you calling Jake an idiot? Sorry. No, I just need clarification. Sorry.
Jake's contributions to this club are too numerous to count and too significant to ignore. While I am frequently occupied with matters of the club's long-term survival, Jake offers, of all things, a voice of sanity.
That's terrifying.
Ensuring that I'm still able to see facts clearly as they are, and that decisions we reach are sensible and well thought out. By a significant margin, Jake's greatest asset to me is probably his biggest flaw. He's readily available, responding to important club matters immediately, no matter if he's hosting a radio show, in bed, or doing whatever else he does.
All at once.
We are immeasurably grateful for your work, Jake. More people in this room do not know of your work than do, as is often the case. As an example, I would like to offer the 2 books events this year, when Jake came with Jake came with Bogdan, Owen, and respectively Sarah, Katerina, and Ollie, and myself. Jake accompanied us to the venue, stayed overnight, provided chiropractic advice, produced painkillers on demand, cooked us dinner, nearly burned down our Airbnb but let that slide, took photos of us, volunteered in the field party, and as you can tell I could go on and on, but I think you get the point. This man's devotion to our club, to its members, and to me, I don't know where we'd be without him. We have laughed in your presence, and you can be damn sure we're going to cry in your absence. To the SU staff, James and Danny, the career staff whose constant support has led us to success. Without your proactivity, we couldn't do what you do. To Meg, our outgoing activities officer. No activities officer I have worked with has ever been so down to earth and student driven as you are. No officer I know has as big a heart. Only with you as our advocate has our club thrived. Thank you for all that you've done. We may not be the centre of community, but every day we live to lead by example. To show others a better way of managing their clubs and of treating their members. To do the best that we can do, and to leave our club better than we found it. The face of this club changes every year, as by rights it should, but its heart never changes. Its spirit is always there. It might be strange to some of you to think that there was once a captain other than me. But I've seen this club go through a remarkable metamorphosis over the 5 years. Shit, I've been here for 5 years. are now more outwardly concerned than inwardly, more interested in our process goals than performance, and more responsive to the needs of others than any other club I know of. I would like to invite everybody here to just take a moment to think about when they did their first beginner's course. How long ago was it?
The age of 90. Very funny.
Like one?
Was it with me? Or was it before my time? How long has it been since you've shot your first competitive arrow? Just think how far you've all come since then. In the last 2 years alone, we have faced an extraordinary set of circumstances. Events that lie outside the experience of any committee before us, or even our fathers, or even our fathers' fathers. We stood toe to toe with fate, daring it to take another swing at us, and clearly fate was not up to the task. Of all the people here today, not one of you have demonstrated to me that there are limits to what we can do. I am privileged to be the captain of this club. To lead and to support you is my honour. And even as you drive me up the wall, I wouldn't change it for a thing. You have a place in my heart that will be forever changed, all the better for knowing you. They say you can judge a man's worth by the quality of his friends. If that's true, then I must be a very rich man indeed. Even as I say these words, I remind you that this is not the end. My friends, our work has only just begun. Thank you.
I've prepared something.
Oh, Jesus.
Are we rolling? According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible.
Somebody
Oh, we need to spin and get the camera on film. Is that from B movie? Jesus Christ, Dale!
Read a book, boy.
Jake actually wrote it himself.
I have written more.
Random facts about animals which can be able to do things.
That's his idea.
Do you like jazz?
You like jazz? Oh.
Jake, you have 3 minutes.
I have 3 minutes.
We have 3 minutes till we need to leave.
What a fantastic year and a bit we have had for archery. From the phone call from Royds telling us they were mothballing their facilities and that we had to move all the equipment to Phil's house, much to the chagrin of his mother, to today, it really has been a roller coaster. We had a record-breaking attendance at our first beginner's course of this year, where we trained a passable batch of novices, taking 12 of them to novice champs in Liverpool. We can get a round of applause for them all, especially Eddie, Luca and Hannah, all for winning medals today. Oh!
He will get him. There's another bag of medals, but I can't remember who they're for, so I'll get him to you.
We had in the running order that the medals were going to be given out before speeches.
Yeah, but I didn't write a list of who needs to go.
medals.
Yeah, you've got a Newell medal coming.
Oh, nice!
Yay! Spoiler alert.
Turning up half an hour late.
It does kind of help. Eddie's the only one in his category, but, you know, still worthy of applause. Fast forward to running another beginner's course and managing to part Freya with 55 quid of her money within 20 minutes of knowing her. And our novice count grew even more. I think perhaps the first time that novices exceeded experienced in the club.
To my knowledge.
To Phil's, and he's been here forever.
And will be forever again.
And will be forever again. And then we had Fletcher. Who joined in October, November?
Something like that.
Technically.
Technically.
As an additional member from Taekwondo. And then went, oh no, sorry, I can't do Wednesdays. Which is another comment that we got a lot. Sorry, Wednesdays doesn't work. Can we do Thursdays instead?
Oh.
We put on another beginner's course for you.
Still couldn't do
that you still couldn't do Wednesday. You wouldn't even miss it for 4 weeks.
I was a great deal.
It's just like that.
Pathetic excuses. And then you did the entire beginner's course in one go. You idiot.
Are you learning this now?
No, unfortunately not.
We done been new.
We have been new. People do often ask me, hey, aren't you the society guy? Which is about as useful as a chocolate fire guard. But being in as many committees as I am, people often then ask me how I find the time to do it all. And well, that's anyone's guess. My experience of sports club committees, both here and at other universities, Bradford, before I joined, was how they can be sort of cliquey, very focused on going out every week on student night and getting pissed. So you might be wondering why I decided to join the archery committee, especially in the middle of a pandemic. Well, there's one simple answer to that. Phil. Phil's dedication to archery, to this club in general, and to sport across the county, unfortunately sometimes the wrong one, is commendable. There is truly no better person I know to lead this club and to have been an archer than Phil. I really wish I'd written more.